Well, good morning, friends. It's like 6:30 in the morning, and we're going to get started making some Greek yogurt from our milk. You can use pasteurized milk, cream line milk, goat's milk, whatever milk you want to use as long as it's not ultra pasteurized. You cannot use that. But you can use store-bought milk, farm fresh milk, goat's milk, sheep milk, cow's milk. We're going to be using um, cream line Jersey A2 milk. That's what we're going to be using. But you can use this, and just like I said, you can use store-bought milk. Just make sure it's not ultra pasteurized anything. Okay? So, hey, I thought I'd bring you along and show you how easy this is going to be. And you know what? You don't even need, for this one, you don't even need to use your cheesecloth. I found a better way. You can do it this way, okay? It's great if you don't have this other option. But today, we are not straining when the time comes in a cheesecloth. So much easier. Okay, so look, let's get busy and get our few things ready to get started making a nice, thick Greek yogurt. And you're only going to need two things, and one you will use in a little bit, but two things you need right now. And I'm going to show you what those two things are. So get planted and let's get making some Greek yogurt. Okay, let me take a good zip. Nothing like good coffee in the morning, right? To get you going. All right, let me set that over here. Okay, so you're going to need a few things. We are doing it in the Instapot. Okay? And our Instapot is the Ultra Instapot. So if you have an Ultra Instapot, you can do this because it does have the yogurt setting. And that's what you need, okay? And because this is how we're going to make this yogurt, this Greek yogurt. All right, so you got your Instapot. Now, you're going to need a thermometer, some type of thermometer. I'm going to use this meat thermometer later in another step. So make sure you got some type of, whether it's like this or digital. A good thermometer to measure, to give you your temperature of your milk. Okay? So let's, remember you got to have one of those. Now, the only things that you're going to need to make this batch of yogurt is 2 quarts of milk of your choice. Whether it's cream line, mine's cream line. You can use the store-bought milk. You can use goat's milk. You can use whatever, as long as I told you in the beginning, not ultra pasteurized. It doesn't do well. So fresh milk, or we're using A2 Jersey milk from the farmer. You need 2 quarts, okay? And then you're going to need a plain yogurt live culture. This is from my batch that I made like last week, early last week. So I want to use my culture up. So I took some off to save so I can make this new batch. And you will be able to do the same thing when you make this, okay? So this is about, probably about a half of a cup, maybe a quarter cup to a half a cup is probably all you need to add in later. So for right now, you do need a live culture plain. Nothing else added, just good cultured yogurt. For right now, I'm going to put this back in the fridge because we're going to need it in a little while. So we're going to get our first step done, and then we'll come back and then we'll be adding in our yogurt starter. I always put the date, little sticky on there of the date that I made my last yogurt, so I know to use up my starter within like 2 weeks. This will last 2.5 weeks in your fridge. So you got plenty of time to make another batch. Okay, so let's go put this in the fridge so it can stay cold, because I don't need it right this second during the first step. Okay, so all you really need to do is, the first step is to plug in your Instapot, okay? And mine automatically went to the yogurt setting, but we'll be changing, the numbers, so don't let that, confuse you anything, okay? But if yours says off when you turn it on, if you haven't used it, see, now mine went to off. Okay, mine says off now. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this just a tad closer so you'll be able to see me actually what I'm doing. Okay, it says off. We're just gonna leave it that way. We're gonna take our lid off. Okay, and this is what we're going to do. And it goes to my yogurt because that's what I did last in my pot. And I use this green ring, which I got off of Amazon. I bought an extra gasket. And I only use this one. It came with a clear one. Excuse me. It came with a clear one. And I took it out because when I want to make yogurt, I only use this ring, this rubber gasket. I put this one in. That way, the other ring could be used for making stews, roast, whatever. And your pot and your stuff won't smell like, your yogurt won't be smelling like that. So I changed the ring out. So I have 2 rings, a clear and a green. And you can get these off of Amazon for your Instapot. So that's a good thing that's a good tip. If you want them separated so your stuff doesn't smell. Like your yogurt is your yogurt and your other food is your other food. Okay, so we're going to put this lid down. And right now, really, all you're going to do is take your 2 quarts, and mine is cream line, so I'm just going to... Now you can do skim. You can skim it off. It doesn't have a ton because I did scrape off some of the cream because I want to make butter. So, but I did leave some, you do leave some in your milk. So we're just going to give that a good shake. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and put in our first quart of cold milk. Give this one a good shake. And in it goes. Now in your Instapot, this is like almost half, okay, in your Instapot, which is great. Okay? 2 quarts of milk. Okay, then your vent, you're not going to mess with your vent. You're just going to leave it alone. It doesn't affect it at all. So you don't have to worry about, doing anything with the vent. So just leave that off. Okay? So now we're going to lock our lid in place. Okay? And this is the first step. We're going to go to our yogurt. All right, so we have to go to, your temperature is high. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat this morning. Okay, we need to go to temperature, high, and boil. Once you get to boil, then you can hit the start button and it will start to climb, and you will not have to touch this at all until it beeps when it's done. And that can take anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Just go do whatever you need to do close by until you hear it beep when it's done. So we're going to hit the start button. And as you can see down here, it's a preheating. It's got to go through this preheat mode first, and it has to get all the way here before it actually starts to do the yogurt boil setting. So it has to go through that. So I'm sorry it took me a little bit to get to that. I don't know what ailed it. I usually don't have a problem with it. But so now all we're going to do is let that sit there, and we'll come back when it beeps, and then we'll tell you what we need to do next. Now, once your Instapot beeps, it will go back to the word yogurt. At this point, it is done preheating and cooking and boiling. It's first step to get your milk to the 181 degrees. So at this point, you want to take your lid off. Okay? Set it to the side. Okay, and you'll want to take your thermometer and just insert it in your milk, like in the middle, and check your temperature to make sure that you're at 181 or above. If you are, then you're fine. So this will only take a minute. Well, mine is way above the 150 already, so it doesn't take long. So put it like right in the middle of your pot, and then you can check it. And if you are there, then great. Get your mittens, because this will be a little warm. Okay, mine is good. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my thermometer, because we will need it. And I'm just going to rinse that off right quick. Okay? Because we're going to need it in just a little bit. So we're going to get our mittens, and what you're going to do is you need to have in your sink some ice water in your sink. So not to over, about halfway, because you're going to take your pot out. We're going to take our pot out of our milk, our hot milk, okay, and we're going to put it in the sink where there is the cold ice water. I just put a little ice in there. I'll bring you over in just a minute. Okay? And then, let me bring you over. And just let me get a fork, because you might need a fork. Okay, here is my sink of cold water with some ice. And you'll notice that you have that skim on there. You can leave it or remove it. I tend to just get as much of it out as I can, and I just put it in a cup over into the next sink. Or, you can eat it, whatever you want to do. You do not have to remove it, but I like to remove it. It's the excess cream. That's all it is. Okay, so then what you want to do is to leave this in your water. Put your thermometer in there. Swish your thermometer and your milk around. You need to get your temperature down between 90 and 100 degrees, okay? So you can continue to move your milk around in your pot. If you had both hands, you can use a whisk, but it usually doesn't take that long to get your milk cooled down to 100. I tend to just take my long thermometer and move my milk around. That way, away from the edge, in the middle. I just stir it with my thermometer. And then I let it sit, and I put it right back in the middle. And see, it's coming down. We're almost at the 100 mark. It's not going to take long at all to get your milk cooled down, because we need it cooled down to add the yogurt starter to it. It can't be super hot like 180. So we're just going to just swirl this around some more. Make sure you can even take your pot, you know, move it around some in your cold water to make sure you got, you know, it's all pretty even, you know. And then take your thermometer back in the middle and look, I am at 100 degrees. So now I can remove my pot. So I'm going to take my pot back over and we're going to put it back in the Instapot. But I am going to grab a couple paper towels to wipe off my Instapot. Now, you won't need your mittens after that because it's been in the cold water. So I just take a paper towel like so, and I hold it, because you can hold it now because it's cooled off. Okay, so you just take that, wipe off your Instapot, because you got to put it back down in the thing where it's going to heat. So you don't want it really wet, you know. So you want to wipe that off. Okay, we are going to set it back in our Instapot. And now, just going to slide you over just a little. So now we're going to take our starter, which is about 2 tablespoons to 1/4 cup. If you have like 2 good heaping tablespoons, you're good. Now you can take this and you can dip it in your milk, a little bit of your milk into your container to help, you know, make it a little creamier so you can move it out. And we're going to add our starter to make it more liquidy so it comes out more. So you don't have to do a lot of scraping. Just give it a good stir. And you're going to put that starter in your milk. Okay? All of it. There you go. These little containers are great to keep just for your starters when you need them to start a new batch. They're great little, and they have with cute little they're just the right size. Look like a little snack cup. And then I just put this right in the sink to wash for later. And then we're just going to give this a really good stir. Now, The time comes now that you have to decide, after we get this mixed, how long do you want to incubate your yogurt? How tangy do you like your Greek yogurt? 8 hours is a little tangy, okay? 10 hours, more tangy. 12 over 12 hours will be really tangy. I put mine on for 8 hours. So you get to choose the time of how tangy you're going to like your Greek yogurt. So we're going to be going with 8 hours when we put the lid back on, and we're going to set it for the 8 hours, and that's it. We don't do anything else until it beeps. Okay? So our culture is well mixed in, our mixture. Okay? So we're just going to take that. We're going to put our lid back on. We're going to lock our lid. There we go. And it is on yogurt. And we're going to hit our button. Hopefully I can do this right. And set the time for 8 hours. We're going to set it. We're going to push it in. And then we're going to go back up. And we're going to, well, first we're going to change this to medium temperature. Let's see if we can do that. See if it'll let me. Oh, there we go. Hit it again. Go to medium. Okay, medium temperature. And then go back up to your time. There we go. And now we're going to, see it's on medium. So now we want to hit the button up. Oh, I did that already. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to hit this, push it in, and we're going to go up. Now, you decide if you want 8 hours or 10 or 12. I'm going to 8. There we go. And I'm going to hit that. And I set that, and it's on medium temperature, 8 hours. And now we're going to hit the start button. And yes, it went automatically to 0. It counts up, not down. So when this gets to your 8 hour mark, it's going to beep. And then I'll let you know what we do after that. Okay? So we'll be back about late this afternoon. Okay. See you then. Well, we're almost there at the 8 hour mark on our yogurt. We got about 2 minutes left before the timer's going to go off and beep, and then our yogurt will be done. So I'm just going to sit here and chat with you over the 2 options that I'm going to give you. The normal option would be you could take a pan, a big pan, a colander, and a cheesecloth, and discard your yogurt, and then allow the liquid, the excess liquid, to go down into the pan, and then you can reserve the whey later, you know, and make other things, add it to soups, make smoothies, feed it to your animals. It's an extra protein. You can cook with it. So there's so many options of what extra whey. You can start a new batch, add it into your next starter a little bit, give it a little boost. So you can do it this way, but you'll have to clean your cloth immediately after you do that. But if you do decide to do it this way, then you would set this whole thing in the refrigerator and allow it to continue to drip in the pan overnight, because we're getting in the late afternoon. So if you start your yogurt in the morning, you do an 8 hour cycle, then you don't, whoop, there it goes. Our yogurt has gone off. 8 hours. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm going to finish. So yeah, you would put this in your fridge and overnight, and just when you got to it the next day, it's not exact 24 hours, okay? It's whenever you can get to it. But sometime the next day, you'll want to take it out. And then, you know, strain it out of here, put it in your container, and you're good. But then you got to clean your cloth. Put it in water immediately after you take out all that yogurt. It's, you know, it's a process you have to go through. And then you have to find something to put all your whey liquid in that's strained down there. That's how I usually make it. But let me show you this other option. Put that over there. Okay, so the other option is, I found a cuisine. I guess that's how you say it. It's a Euro cuisine. It has a basket in there. They call it a Greek yogurt maker. I think you can use it for a lot of different things that you want to strain through. And I think it would be great for cheese making also. But I'll tell you, it holds 12 cups, okay? It's a 12-cup container. It has a seal lid. There you go, right? It's right. Now, this is not dishwasher safe. That's the only bummer, because this netting cannot go in the dishwasher, okay? You could hand wash these with soap and water and rinse them very well. And then this you would want to clean out very carefully because of the strainer. The only thing you would want to use on it is a spatula, rubber spatula. Down the sides very carefully so you don't poke a hole in your strainer. And it does go through. It has holes all right through here. See? There you go. You can see better. Where it's all going to strain through here and here. So all the 2 quarts, this holds 2 quarts. This is why we measured our milk, to do 2 quarts of milk. So you're going to put your strainer there, okay? And then when we're done, your lid, your seal lid will go on, and we're going to go ahead and get our yogurt out. And we're going to leave it in the refrigerator overnight. Sometime tomorrow, even if it's tomorrow afternoon, before I get to it. But this is what's going to happen. Your yogurt will stay in here and thicken, and the whey will be in the bottom. Okay? How easy. And look, you can see everything. And it's all one piece. You don't have to clean a cheesecloth. So this is a no cheesecloth yogurt. So we're going to go ahead and get our yogurt into the dish right now. And so you can see, I'm going to show you what it looks like in the pan. And so we'll set this to the side so I can bring you over. We're going to take our lid off because it automatically shut off while I was talking. So there you go. You're going to set your, now this is going to drain a lot, your lid. So set it in close into the sink. Now I'm going to show you how thick already the top part of your yogurt is after 8 hours. Okay? And we want it, see the way? The clear way off to the side? Yes. And we're going to just cut that just a little, so it won't be so hard going in to that container. But I'm just going to show you right quick. Look at that. Oh my. Let me try that again. Oh, it fell off the spoon, the spatula. Oh, it's falling off. But anyway, it's too slippery. But look, there you go. Isn't that beautiful? That is, and this liquid, all this liquid is going to go to the bottom of that container and make this thicker. Now, don't throw away your whey, because if it gets too thick, you can, by all means, add a little bit of whey back into your yogurt if it gets too thick. Some people go ahead and eat it just like this and whip it up, you know, and they like it nice and creamy. I personally like it thick. So either way, but we're going to go ahead. I just broke it up just a little, and just so you could see the curds in there. Trying to get a good, there you go. How about that? Nice curds. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it in this container, and hopefully I won't make a mess. So this is why you want to break it up just a little, because you can fix it once it gets in there. It's going to do its thing. Boy, does that smell good too. Just like I got mine on sitting on a paper towel. So I'm going to leave that in there. Slide that over. Whoops. Oh, I hit that button by accident. We don't want that on, do we? Okay, it's warm, it's not hot, so you can pick it up. So just take your pan and slowly add it into your container here. And you will see it start to strain through. I'm just slowly spooning it through and letting it fall ever how it goes. Scrape all that's in your Instapot into this, and it should hold it. That's why we only did 2 quarts of milk. It allows for the amount of the whey. We are almost full, and it will fill it to the top. So be very careful when you get close to the top. Just take your spatula and move it around so that it's a little bit more even. And there we go. We have our container. I'm going to clean that off, and then I'll show you. My container is empty. Okay, we are almost done. Look at that. That is full to the top. Left you enough space to get your lid on. Snap that lid on. And then look at the whey coming already. And this will continue overnight as it sits in the refrigerator. And then tomorrow it should be up to, a pretty good amount. and this will be a lot drier on top. So let's get our lid on and get this in the refrigerator so we can make nice, thick Greek yogurt. You can hear that seal get all the way down, and you can just pick it up. It's got a nice lip around the side, so I really like it. I think it's a great all one piece, and then you can just pick it up. Look at the whey. See the whey? And it's going to slowly do that all night. It's going to do all the work for you. No cheesecloth this time. We're doing it an easy way. Straight from the Instapot into the cuisine, Greek maker, and or cheese maker container, whatever you want to call it, it's doing it. So we'll be back tomorrow, and I'll show you what it looks like after we get it out of the fridge. Okay, we'll see you then. Well, it's the next day, and now it's like noontime here, so I did wait a little while. So let's get our yogurt out of the fridge, and then we'll take it from there, and I'll show you what you do. Wow, let me shut that door. Wow, just look at all the whey that came out of all that yogurt, out of just 2 quarts of milk. So you're going to need a couple jars. Get your mason jars, with your lids, if that's what you want to store it in. You can store it in a regular sealed container. It's up to you. Because you are going to want to strain that whey out of there and put it in a jar or a container with a lid so you can reuse your whey for other things like, you can save a little bit to add to your next starter if you'd like to. And we are going to save some of our already newly made Greek yogurt. We're going to take a little container, okay? And we're probably going to take like a couple tablespoons and put in our little container. And then you'll have that for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks from now, or 3 weeks. And then we'll put a little new date. Today's the 31st of January. So this is when our yogurt is ready. So we're going to put the 31st so we know how long our starter has been in the fridge. So we're going to do that. Now, by all means, you don't have to, but it saves you from having to go to the store to get one of those little, plain live cultures. You can do this like 3 or 4 times from your batches that you make at home before you should start over with a fresh, new, really good live culture. So let's take a look inside of our yogurt and see what we've got. But look at all that whey. That's a lot of whey to come out of there. Look at that. That nice yellowy green color. That is your beautiful probiotics. Okay, let's take our lid off. Okay. And then you can set that to the side. It's got a lot of water on there. Okay. So I'm going to bring the phone over before we even start, and I'm going to show you what it actually looks like when it sits in the fridge for at least 24 hours or the next day. Look how much has come out of that that yogurt. It is not real creamy. Now, if you take this out and you say, well, this is still too thick. Well, all you got to do is take a little bit of your whey, mix it back in a little at a time till you get to that consistency of thick or creamy, however how you want it. But look at that. That turned out beautiful. So you're going to need your spatula because you're going to go easy down your side, okay? Because this is where this is. This is your strainer part, so you want to be really easy when removing your yogurt. But let me just take a big piece of this to show you just how thick. I mean, don't want it to flop while I'm trying to talk to you. But look at that. Look how beautiful. That is really super nice and thick. And I like that. And if you don't, like I said, add a little more whey. Stir it in your jar or container. I'm going to put mine in some my mason jars because I like to spoon it out. I think it's easier. It takes up less room in the fridge. But the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take out my couple tablespoons before I forget. So we definitely want our 2 tablespoons of fresh, live, cultured yogurt. So we're going to take a good couple heaping teaspoons like that, okay? Look at that. That is beautiful. You're just going to set that in there. And you're going to take another one, like so. Look at that. That is beautiful. All right. And like I said, this is like 2 tablespoons to 1/4 cup. And then all you're going to do is put your lid on. There you go. Get your little dot sticker. Put the today's date on there. Today is the 31st. There you go. That tells me that I did this today. And I have at least 2.5, 3 weeks to get another one made. So, and if you eat yogurt like I eat yogurt quite a bit, so it's not going to take you long to go through all of your yogurt. It's 2 quarts of milk, so there you go. So all you got to do is take your, I'm going to slide this just a little bit more over, and then you're just going to put this in your container that you want. You could use a spoon, but I would use a spatula to get it away from your sides. That way, let me show you. I think once you push this towards the middle, then you're pretty much can spoon it with your spoon. Let me come this way. There you go. Get that pushed to the center. There you go. See how thick that is? That's beautiful. And it's pulling right away from your strainer. So that is really good. And then, like I said, if you wanted to take your spoon and spoon it in, by all means you could. And so let me try that. There you go. Look at that. That is beautiful yogurt. Look at that. That is so yum. Oh my gosh. And it's just the right consistency for me. I like it nice and thick. Because then, if I wanted to add fruit, I can and blend it up because, the juices in the fruit will tend to make it more creamy anyway. So look, this is all I got to do is to spoon that, fill my jar or container, okay? And then all I'm going to do is put this in the refrigerator. And then I'm going to take this out, okay? Because it's already been strained, okay? I think I'm going to use the lid to set that on. That's a good idea, isn't it? That way if it leaks on that, not on your counter. But then you can take your whey, and I would just stir it around to get it off the sides. All that creamy, lovely whey. Now you can use that. You can feed it to your animals. You can use it in your soups. Add some to your smoothies. Marinate things. Anything that needs a little extra protein. You can certainly add a little bit. Okay, you could take this lid back off your starter. Okay. And by all means, take a couple tablespoons and give your starter a good boost for next time. Okay? So there you go. Your whey is already in there. Okay, we're going to put that in the fridge. And you know that you can use this for other proteins. And like when you make your pasta, use that. Add some of that into your water when you're cooking your pasta. Or give some to your animals, like your chickens and your pigs and your turkeys. We have ducks too. We just put it right in their water and we dilute it and they drink it right up. So there's so many ways you can use whey as a protein boost. And then all you would do is just take this, okay, after you stir that up, okay. I'm going to take my other jar for right now, and I'm just going to pour that right in there. Look, that is 1 full quart, and I will hand wash this. Remember, no dishwasher for these or this, okay? All of this has to be hand washed, okay? Which won't take you long at all. But look, you've got a full quart of whey. And then we are going to finish filling up our yogurt jar. And then we'll probably get 2 of these at least. Depends how much you pack down your yogurt. But there you go. Just go ahead and get you some yogurt made. And that way you'll have some to use for there. And then you'll have some to eat and a starter for next time. And what a great, easy way to make yogurt, Greek yogurt, without any cheesecloth. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to leave the link down from the yogurt maker that I got, this one here. I'll leave a link down below if you're interested in trying it out. Let me know if you have one, and we will get busy cleaning the rest of this out so we can get our good yogurt in the fridge. Well, guys, well, take care. Thanks for stopping by my kitchen. And as always, God bless. We'll see you, excuse me, we'll see you real soon again on the homestead. Take care.